Today we'll be talking about functions. So, what is a function? Well, a function is a mathematical concept that defines a relationship between a variable, that is the input, to another variable, that is the output. To put it simply, imagine having a number box, a box. Let's call it a number machine, which takes in variables and numbers. Say we have a number x, whoops, number x. So the function of x, or f of x will be the output y. It will be equal to y. So the input of x will be the value y, or f of x. For instance, if we have f of x equals to 2x minus 3, and we are asked for the output of f of 2, how can I solve it? Okay, we can write 2 in place of x, even in here. Yes. So that will be equal to f of 2 equals to 2 times 2 minus 3. Now let's solve it. So 2 times 2 equals to 4. 4 minus 3, that will equal to just 1. So the output of f2 equals to 1. Now if you're asked for making a graph for that same function, 2x minus 3, for this function, then how can you construct a graph? All we have to do is make a table for x and y, and remember y here is the output. So table for x and y, so this one is the input and this one is the output. Just remember that this one is in, this one is out. So let's put a random value, say minus 2. What will be the output of f of minus 2? Let's find out. That will be f minus 2 equals to 2 times minus 2 times minus 3 minus 4 minus 3, which will be minus 7. So the output is minus 7. Now let's try negative 1. So that will be, sorry, that will be 2 times negative 1 and negative 3. 2 times negative 1, which will be negative 2, and negative 3, which will be negative 5. So the output of f of minus 1 is minus 5. Now let's use 0. F of 0 will be 2 times 0 minus 3, and 2 times 0 is 0 minus 3, which is minus 3. So for 0 it will be minus 3. Now we have enough points to make to plot the graph. So the graph will be something like this. Let's draw a graph. So this is the x-axis and y-axis. The horizontal is x-axis and vertical is y-axis. So now we can scale them and plot them. We need negative x, this is 0, negative 1, negative 2. And so here it is, our graph. It is definitely not to scale, but we can still plot it. So from for negative 2 axis, the y will be at negative 7. So right over here, this point. And for negative 1 on the x-axis, the y will be over here. And for 0, y will be over minus 3, negative 3 over here. And this is how you can graph. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be in scale, but you have to do it correctly. You have to plot it correctly to get this. Let's try. F of x equals to x squared minus 4. How can I graph this? Well, just like before, we'll try to plot the graph and then draw it. So the first number that I want to choose is negative 3. You can choose any number, but you have to choose from the negative first. So that will equal to negative 3 squared minus 4. And negative 3 times negative 3 equals to positive 9, because minus minus equals to plus. And then subtracted by 4, which will be 5. Therefore f of minus 3 is 5. So minus 3 equals to 5. How about f of 0? Now let's see. F of 0 squared equals to, well, 0. And 0 minus 4 equals to minus 4. So 0 shall equal to minus 4. And then we can use positive 3. Should be 9 again, which shall equal to 5 once again. So you have noticed that the lowest point of this graph is negative 4. Then it goes back up to infinity and beyond. This is normal and true for any quadratics. Only difference is the lowest point of any quadratics is always different in most cases. So let's make the graph, shall we? The graph of f of x squared minus 4, will be like this. So here, negative 3 will be positive 5 at negative x-axis, which will be over here. And then at 0, the y value will be negative 4 over here. And then at 3, it will be positive 5 again, so over here. So the graph will be like this. Oops, sorry. The graph should be like this. This is how you can graph quadratics. I also want to show you the negative version of this. Let's try f of x equals to negative x squared negative 2x. So now let's try to plot it. Let's begin with f of minus 2. So f of minus 2 will equal to negative, negative 2 times 2. Now don't forget to give these negative from this place. The x here is basically negative 2. We're also having another negative, so don't forget to give that negative as well. Negative 2 times negative 2. So negative 2 times negative 2 equals to positive 4, and then this negative comes and it will turn it into negative 4. So now negative 2 times negative 2, that will be positive 4, which will be equal to 0. So f of minus 2 equals to 0. Let's quickly make the table. Now let's use negative 1. Negative 1 of 2 minus 2 times negative 1. So that will equal to negative 1 minus, actually, plus 2. Negative 2 times negative 1 equals to just positive 2. So now that will equal to positive 1. So negative 1x will be positive 1. Now let's use 0. That will be negative 0 squared minus 2 of negative 0. So that will be negative 0 plus plus 0. So we know that 2 times, actually, any number times 0 is 0, and any number plus or minus 0 will be 0. So 0, f of 0 is 0. Now let's use 1. 1 will be equal to 2 times 1. That will be equal to negative 1 of negative 2. See, 1 squared will be just 1, and then negative, it will be negative 1, and then negative 2 times positive 1, it will be negative 2. So negative 3. That will be negative 3. And now lastly, I want to use 2. You could use just 3 points, but I'm just showing it to demonstrate how it works. So 2 squared minus 2 is 2. That will be negative 4. 2 times 2, 4, and then negative, so 4 minus 4, minus 2 times 2, which will be 4 again. So that will be minus 8. Now we can finally graph it. So 2 will be negative 8. Now let's graph it. So now let's graph it. So at negative 2 axis, y will be 0. So at negative 2 axis, y will be 0 over here. Right over here. And then negative 1 x will be 1 for y. That will be over here. And then 0 will be over here at 0. Both x and y is 0. And then 1 will be at negative 3. So 1, 2, 3 over here. And then 2 will be negative 8. So over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 over here. So it will follow this way. Okay, it will follow this way. Yeah, it is very badly drawn. It will follow like this way. So basically, the other way of your positive quadratics. So this is how you can find out the negative quadratics. And that is all for our basic concepts and problems of functions. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing my channel. It will help me a lot and it means a lot to me. So goodbye for today.